Hey, read Matthew 27 real quick, 27:35. We're gonna bring y'all some secondary sources about crucifixion and what really was going on, how it really felt. Go ahead, read that.
Matthew chapter 27, verse 35.
Uh-huh.
And they crucified him.
That him, so y'all understand, is talking about Christ, just in case you don't know. But read.
And parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet. They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots.
Now, what you're going to find out, we're about to read on the crucifixion that really took 2 to 3 days for the person to die. But I want y'all to see this. Go ahead to that book. I want you to start right there.
Yes, sir.
All who cared. Just like they did to us when we was getting hung on trees, the same thing was happening back then. Read that.
All who cared to witness the horrible.
All who cared to what?
Witness the horrible spectacle.
So the same things they was doing to us in the 20s, the 60s, and all that, hanging us on trees, and they had them postcards, they was doing this back then too, witnessing our death. Read.
Were free to do so. The Romans, who thought it necessary to rule by terror, chose for capital offenses by other than Roman citizens, what Cicero called the most cruel and hideous of tortures.
Now let's see what that hideous torture was. Read.
The offender's hands and feet were bound, seldom nailed, to the wood.
So speaking of that, why when y'all Christians wear crosses, why y'all don't wear nails on y'all chains either? How about that? Read.
A projecting block supported the backbone of the feet. Unless mercifully killed, the victim would linger there for 2 or 3 days.
For 2 or 3 days, go ahead.
Suffering the agony of immobility, unable to brush away the insects that fed upon his naked flesh.
After you've been beaten, the insects are eating you, the rats, everything. Read.
And slowly losing strength until the heart failed and brought an end.
Now go to the next one. I want you to read that there were 2. So we understand that's not a cross, that's actually a T. We understand that, but read that.
There were 2 main types of crosses, T-shaped and dagger-shaped. In either case, the upright heart was normally planted in a fixed position. The upright beam was normally planted in a fixed position. And the patibulum crossbar was movable and carried by the condemned.
Now let's get a depiction of it. You see that right there? Go to the next one. These are 3 different ways that they was doing this to us, y'all, so y'all understand. But because people think stuff is fake and it's just drawings, guess what? We're about to show y'all right now is somebody that was actually crucified back then. Read that. Go to the next one. Go to the next page.
The name of the man, based on an Aramaic inscription on the ossuary, was Yohanan ben Gagal.
So the ossuary is the chest or whatnot. That's the obituary, right? Read.
And from an analysis of the skeletal remains, we can determine that he died in his 30s, about the same age as when he was crucified.
Now go all the way down to the bottom where it's 76, right here. Because y'all might not believe this, but guess what? This is real. This is a real image and a picture that was found in 1980s. Read that.
Right heel bone of a 1st century man from Givat HaMivtar, a suburb of Jerusalem, showing evidence of crucifixion.
You can't see it? So just so y'all know, this is evidence. This is real stuff. This ain't no drawing. This is actual happened. So we got to understand this. The Bible's a true book, all this, brothers and sisters. Understand that, all right? I'm done.
Thing wasn't no joke, man. That crucifixion, like you said, why ain't nobody rocking nails?
That's what I'm saying. You wearing crosses, why you ain't got the nails on?
And why not just go home and put it through your hand?
Might as well.
And feet.
You're putting it through your head.
Hey, and that's the thing. That's one of the ways that the Roman Empire tortured and killed the Israelites. And they was doing it to several different civilizations before that. So I don't know how today now they worshiping the same tool that we were killed upon.
And I forgot to mention, after King Herod's death, over 2,000 of us was crucified together. Okay, we have that in these books. We actually had these books. I forgot to mention that part. But that happened. That was mass murder, so y'all understand. We good.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
Woo!